Let me go get my stuff. This is so beautiful. Look at this. Look at this baby. And look at this baby here. Very light. Very light. All right. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. Clean it up. I'm gonna have to do this outside. I'm gonna have to do this outside. I'm making a big mess in my shop and I just clean it. Let me go outside. Hey, what's going on, fellas? It's me again. I'm almost done with my project, but this time I got a name. I put a name. I gotta put a name on it. You know what I mean? I gotta put a name because this is made out of roots from that pine tree, beautiful pine tree, right? Right next to my bush, rose bush garden, whatever, and my junk, right? But those are roots, right? And these are branches that for some people it's just garbage. You know what I mean? Hey, it's garbage. Let's throw it out. But nah, it's not garbage. It's something special. You know, I would call it an ability, but I have a gift from God that He said, listen, you're hit for a reason, right? And those roots and those branches came out of that tree that God had made it big and strong, right? So I will name it a second chance. Why I will name it a second chance? Because it needs, you know what I mean? We make mistakes. Hopefully we would, no, not hopefully, definitely not making it again, right? And go on with our lives, you know, go on with our life. And that is a second chance. You will see the end results. For now, just look a couple of twigs here and there, little branches here, and those roots over there, and you know, and you don't see what I'm making. But what I gonna make is something that it's not a piece of furniture. It's not a thing, you know. It's something bigger than anything, bigger than a piece of furniture, bigger than anything, right? It's something that God created underground, right? And I happen to stumble to it, and it goes here, make something out of it. All right, so you'll see the end result. You know what I mean? And hopefully, you know, life is a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? That's one thing I got to tell you. Life is a beautiful thing. Don't waste it. Use it for good things. You know what I mean? Good things. You know, that's my paradise back there. All right, fellas. Like I always said, let's build something together. And I hope you guys like it. And you're gonna be like, whoa, whoa, can you make me one of those? I might not be able to make you the same exact thing, but these hands are controlled by God. So He decides what I gotta make. Look, they're all dirty. Oh, oops. Look. I cut myself. I got all dirty and stuff. But I'm doing what I love to do. You know what I mean? I'm doing what I love to do. Woodworking. And like I said, you know, let's support my project today that is called A Second Chance. All right, fellas. And remember, let's build something together. See you! And that's how it's looking. Look at this. Gotta wait for the nighttime to see it, to appreciate it. But look at that. Look at that. Put a lasso on it. Look at that. Look at that. Look at those light bulbs. They're awesome. I got it. You know what I mean? Look at this. 61% of people feeling it more than ever. You deserve a break. With BetterHelp, therapy easily fits into your See that? Whether you're exploring or and the fan still. Support is just a tap away. And I can still put the fan on. And make therapy your go-to summer self-care. Visit betterhelp.com/pressplay10. And my fan still works. See that? It's not on the way. So, this is for now. I show you guys at nighttime. See how it looks, but it looks amazing. Look at that, it looks amazing. It looks very amazing. Like I said, if you guys are interested, it's not gonna look the same. I can promise you that it's not gonna look the same. But it's freaking awesome. Look at that. Look at that. Like I said, wait for nighttime so I can turn it on. I just want to make sure it's pretty much in the center. Pretty much in the center. You know? That's exactly what I wanted it. Alright, fellas. That's it for now. And remember, let's build something together. And don't forget, this is called what? It's called a second chance. Like everybody else in life needs a second chance. Yes, this is recycled wood. You know, I save it, I recycle, I give it a new purpose. You know what I mean? I give it a new purpose. Nothing. It's garbage for me. When it comes to wood, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I'm losing it. Look at this. So that looks my deck looks better. Look at that. Look. You know, now I have a big mess here, but it looks more like a deck. I bought a Harbor Freight, but this one was like a shop light, like the one I use for my shop. You know what I mean? It doesn't look nice. See, this one looks amazing. I just have to see if I can bring this in, because if you see, well, I don't know. I like the way it looks, but I have to bring this one up, so I have to bring this rope up a little bit more, so this will be slanted up more. I like the way it looks, but hey, listen, the wife is the one that says, yes honey, it's good. You know what I mean? I just make things. Alright fellas, that's it for now, and remember, let's build something together. And if you're interested, just send me a text. We talk about prices, you know what I mean? We talk about prices and we talk about beauty. That's art. That's my art. And don't forget, look at me. Don't forget, This is called a second chance. This is one of my, I would say art. This is art. This is not something that is out of a textbook. This is not something that is out of, this came out of my head. God lit me up and said, listen, Marco, I want you to use these roots and a couple of branches and make what you make best. You know what I mean? And this is the final product. Look at that. Look at that. You go at any store, you won't see it. You will not find it. You know what I mean? All right, fellas. Thank you very much for your patience and enjoy it. I'll see you. And remember, let's build something together. See you.